Releasing Ben already, wow. Miko Ryans, Mark Sanchez. McFadden released again. Carson Palmer released. Okay. I don't know what they're going to do. Luke Stalker. DeMarcus Ware. Ooh. AJ Hawks out of there. Okay, let's see here. Coach firing. So we have Saints generic coach fired. Marv Lewis fired. Browns got rid of their coach. Bucks. Pagano out. Philbin out. Zimmer out. O'Brien out. Wow, so that's eight coaches that were let go. Let's see here. What about retirements? Big year for retirements here. Corey Redding. Mathis. Tom Brady hanging it up. Clemens. Peppers. Antonio Gates. Steve Smith. Steven Jackson. Justin Tuck calling it a day. Janikowski. Darren Sproles. Wow. Darnell Dockett. Anquan Bolden. Wow. Andre Johnson stepping down. A lot of talent this year that is hanging it up. Peyton Manning retired. Jericho Cotchery. Harrison's out. All right, so some pretty good talent stepping down there. All right, anyway, so as you can see, free agency pretty much untouched from last year. Very little information. I mean, on the bright side, they did bring back the player card, which is great to have because we didn't have that information last year. But really, very little has been done with it, so... So let's make a play for Alfred Morris here. So he wants 11 million plus 4. Let's go way out of the park there. Let's jump into first place. And make an offer. Okay, so we're definitely in first place. All right, anyways, just to show how things are working here, we'll advance to stage 2. So, I mean, really outside...
Such as the 40-yard dash are now available in scouting. Check it out.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that's where the combine information came up. So let's check this out here. So scout college players.
Each player now has a combine grade. This score represents how well this player did in the combine.
Okay.
Combine performance tells you how his speed, jumping, acceleration, agility, and strength compares to their skill position.
All right, so let's see here how this looks. Okay, so let's take one of our players here. We'll go to someone on our watch list. All right, so let's look here at, I don't know, we'll say Josh Jordan. So let's view his scouting card, see what it says. All right, so he's an early first rounder. So the three traits that I unlocked, you can see there. And now you can see his combine information. So he's a 7.2. Looks like the broad jump and the bench press for him were his highest traits for the combine. Yeah. Now, if it's a player that I haven't even looked at, so someone who's unscouted for me, I can still see all of their information with regards to the combine. So let's say I want to look here at Marquez Elliott. Looks like we've got some pretty good stuff for his combine stats. So let's unlock him, see what it looks like. So nice for the juke, elusiveness, and trucking. So we've got late first round talent there. Now, one of the things that I do like about this is that it is a lot quicker. It's a lot easier to use. In a lot of ways, granted it's very different, but it has a lot of that NCAA 14 feel to it, almost in how scouting's done. It's a little more simplified, a little easier to use. But a lot of what I basically done here is I just go through, and if they're in the B range, I'll probably do full scouting. In this case, like a B minus special catch, B minus catching. It's projected first round talent. He has a combine grade of 6.9. I don't know what that third category is. It costs 15 scouting points, which is a lot. I'm just out of curiosity. I want to see what this guy is, but I don't think he'll be a late first rounder, but we'll see here. Wow, that's surprising. So a C+ for catch and traffic. He's late first round talent. I find that really surprising as a tight end. You can see here with the red square, again, a player who's projected to be the first round, but he's showing his second round talent. So essentially he's a bust. So let's see here for left guard. Let's explore this one a little bit. So he's got a pretty decent combine stats. Run block B+, toughness B. Yeah, let's try all three. Impact blocking B-. So again, more late first round talent. And these could change. Although I suspect with the draft only a couple weeks away that the position's going to be pretty much what it is. I haven't found any major sort of gems or sleepers. I mean, something like this, Derek Stevens. He's mid third round talent, but he's considered an early second round pick. So more or less, he's what we'd consider a bust. But I haven't found anything like seventh round, listed seventh round, but actually third round talent. So I'm sure they're probably out there. I just haven't seen it yet. I really do like the watch list as well. This is where you can basically put some of the people that you really like that you want to follow on the board. Although interestingly enough, some of the stats are misleading. So I'm not sure why I have Casey Bulls down here. Gonna remove him from the watch list. So you can see in the in the combine report, his rank as compared to everyone else in his position. So you're given a lot more information, but it's definitely streamlined. I find it way more enjoyable than it was last year, but it's just something people are going to have to get used to. So how well it works in the draft, I have no idea. So let's check out here. I think we've already scouted strong safety, but yeah, so you can see here, someone like Emilio Parker, I unlocked hit power, was a B, so I figured, yeah, okay, we'll keep going. The second one, zone coverage, was a C. I didn't see anything positive about that, because you're not going to get anything from there. And so I decided not to unlock the third category, because if he's already at a C for his second highest trait, he's not going to be a particularly strong player. Now with Justin Tuck and a few others retiring, my ends are a little weaker, so let's see here. So this is an interesting one that's to test here, but Larry Ellington, I've scouted him, liked his pursuit. His second category was a C+, but he's projected as a mid-second rounder. Did pretty decent at the combine. Let's see though. Get the sense he's a bust. Let's see here. Yeah, so you can usually tell if in the second category, if they're already in the C range, it only goes down from there. So this guy would be considered a bust, late third round talent, even though right now on the board he's considered a mid second rounder. Now, for the most part, I've been able to get a lot of players scouted with the new system. So they give you 175 points a week. So I'm getting a lot of full scouting talent for a good chunk of the players out there. Now, because I sim most of the season, I don't have a great team, so I'll get a pretty decent pick. I think we were about a little under 500 this year. Okay, so I like that so far. Spectacular catch, catching in traffic, B-. Combine report isn't great, but he's a late first rounder, projected anyway, so yeah, so that validates it. So when you see that second category is a B-, it's a tough call because they could drop into the C range, what's going to make them a bust, or they could stay constant. What you really want to see for that first category, though, is somewhere in the A range, because that means that they're going to have some top-end talent. So in this case here, A for elusiveness. Now, he's considered a late first rounder, but that's where you see an A in the first section. That's where you're willing to take a bit of a chance for the second category. And again, A-. So keeping in mind it's his top 3 stats, chances are it'll be an A- or maybe a B+. B. Okay, so here we go. So here's a bust. So that's a surprising one because looking at that originally, I would have figured that is a solid pickup. Elusiveness A, juke move A minus, and then the trucking is his third stat really dropped him down. So he was projected as a late first rounder. His talent shows that he's a mid third rounder. Now, it's nice that they have all the information with regards to schemes and what have you on the side here. So if I wanted to just look at something like best combine result here, so a combine grade of 7.5 doesn't necessarily have a correlation with the player. It could. So elusiveness B plus, ball carrier vision B plus. Okay. So I have 17 points left. If I fully scout him, it'll take 15. But he's got some potential. So let's see here. Okay. So there's a bit of value there because an early second round pick, and it's also verified. Okay, and I am out of scout points. So we're just going to skip the free agent process here just to get back to our scouting. All right, so okay, so they've given me more scouting points. So it looks like the actual scouting and combine information occurs 3 weeks before the draft. So you do get a lot of points. And you'll notice there I have 176 points. I had 2 points left over from the last round. They give you 50%. So really, you have to scout every week because only 50% of your points will roll over. So looking here at who I've scouted so far, you can see based on just using all the scouting weeks of the season plus last week, I have scouted and for the most part, I've scouted a full list of players here. But yeah, it's a lot of information. So you in the draft this year, you're going to have way more information than you normally would have had, which is great because that's been the biggest issue I've found in the last couple of years with Madden in the draft. It was completely blind drafting. Well, this I'm interested in late 6th round talent. So a B for hit power, C plus pursuit, but a 5.2 in the combine. Yeah, you know what? Let's take a look. All right, so there's a bit of a value there. So his zone coverage is weak, which is unfortunate. A C for zone coverage, but he is considered early 5th round talent. So you're looking at a benefit of at least 1 round there. So that could be a good pickup. Now here, they run the Tampa 2. We don't run a Tampa 2, but zone coverage B minus. So that's a good starting point. Nothing too special in the combine. Pretty mediocre player for the most part with regards to the combine. Let's see though. Let's see what he has. All right. So yeah. So for me, this would be a player to avoid most likely. Stefan Darman. That man coverage is a C. If that's your highest, that's your 3rd highest trait, and you're dealing with C coverage. I run a lot of man, and if you play Madden 16, be warned, zone defense is god awful. It is not the defensive choice this year, so you're probably going to be running a lot of man. So if you were a man coverage B minus, zone coverage C, I'd be okay with that. But this is a guy that I'm most likely going to avoid. Now, something like this, you see Edgton Bar. You look at his combine stats, there's not really anything there that's all that impressive. Pretty low ranking for the most part. And his first set is toughness, so it's a B. It's not really what I want to see for the first skill. Your highest skill is how tough you are. But you know, if I want, I can check out his second trait for it's only 10 points, so it gives us a sense of what we're looking at here. So he's at a C plus for a pass block. For my right tackle, C plus for a pass block. I get the sense that this guy's not too talented, but just again, we'll just try it out just to see what we're looking at here. So fully unlock him. Yeah. So this guy's a bust. A C run block. So in this case, the information's there, right? I mean, he's got a 4.8 combine report grade, not particularly strong in anything. His first category was how tough he was. I would, if I'm looking at an offensive lineman, I want to see run block or pass block or impact block, something like that for the first category. When you see pass block at a C plus, you know that his run block is going to be lower. So this guy, you can see his talent. He is projected right now for the mid-6th round. This guy would be a major bust. His talent shows that he is undraftable. Now, a player like this is an interesting one. Trenton Holmes. I scouted him fully a couple weeks back. And so originally for right end, I saw that B plus pursuit. I was happy about that. Then the hit power. I was thinking, okay, I think this is going to be a real gem. And then the third category, power move. So he really dipped from a B all the way down to a C. And I was thinking, like, you know, before I saw the combine information, I go, this doesn't make any sense. Why is his number? Why is he a 7th round talent? That still looks pretty decent. But then you see the combine report, 5.7 grade. He's not starred in any particular category, not showing anything particularly all that impressive. So it more or less validates the number. Let's look here a little bit at right guard. I have a need here for right guard. So I haven't scouted anyone yet for right guard. Okay, so we're already very minimal pool here for right guard. So looking at the combine number, 6.1, second rounder, Marshawn Fletcher. Let's check him out here. So he's starred. He's pretty high in the pool. Basically, if you're starred, it means you're a top 3 talent in a certain aspect of the combine. So in this case, the 3-cone drill, the 20-yard shuttle. All right, so that I like that right away. Starting off, pass block B plus. So this is going to be possibly quite a talented player. Run block B. Well, at that point, I like what I've seen. That third category, it could surprise us. It could be a big dip, but I'm pretty confident that this is going to be 1st or 2nd round talent. Okay, and so the toughness dropped him down a little bit, C plus, but you can see there late 2nd rounder. So the green cone, it validates his projected mark, and we're good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to star him as a keeper, put him on my watch list. Depending on what my pick is, what my pick situation is, that might be someone I want to go after. Let's see here, Tyrone Chisholm, 4th rounder, run block B plus, toughness. See, this is one of these tough ones because he's got some detailed stuff for the combine. I like the run block at the B plus, but I'm thinking, why is pass blocking not your 2nd? So if his 3rd highest is not pass blocking, this may well be a player you'd want to pass on. Impact block. Okay. So I'm not sure where pass blocking is in there. Impact blocking is important, but mid 4th rounder, so he basically lines up perfectly with what he's projected as. Let's look here for sake of argument, let's say the lowest combine number. So 4.4, how realistic is it? All right, so look at him. He is ranked very low across the board here. Top 3 skills. So again, this is one of those ones where, yeah, the first category is kind of impressive. It's a B, but you'll notice it's toughness. It's not blocking, no pass block, no impact block, no run block. It's toughness, and that's where you get that sense. Are we looking at a bust here? Run block B-. I'm surprised by that. And pass block C. So again, this player is pretty fitting based on where you're finding him. Late 7th rounder. That third category sometimes really throws you for a loop. So pass block at a C. All right, so let's see here. 31 points left. It's Mark Stevenson. Let's check him out. He does a West Coast, so impact block is a B. That's a nice place to start. Toughness a B. You know what? I want to fully scout this guy. Big mauler. His combine isn't anything super impressive, but he's also considered mid-5th round talent. So is there a possibility for a gem here? Probably not, but let's find out. Wow. Okay. So that's a major bust. Based on his combine stats and his talent level, the guy's projected as a mid-5th rounder. If you bite on this guy, you're looking at 7th round talent. But I am on the watch list. I am going to keep in mind here Tyrone Chisholm and Marshawn Fletcher. I'm going to put them both on the watch list just in case. So looking over here at my watch list, you notice you can do it by position or just everyone. But there's a lot of talent that's out there. One of the things I really need to start doing a little more of, though, is to get some more mid-round talent on the watch list. And you want to see those little green triangles. You don't want anything red on there because red's going to imply that it's a bust. All right, so let's see here. So let's advance one more time. Now, I should be given one more week of combine information and scouting. The load times in this game, especially I guess on Xbox One, I don't know what PlayStation's like, but it is brutal. Well, that's interesting. They didn't have last year. They didn't have trade block at this time before you actually got to the draft. Okay, so Alfred Morris accepted. So that changes things up for me a little bit. Because I was out there looking for a running back. Now that I landed Morris, I got the back that I want. So I don't really need to have a major focus for running back. Cam Wake. Oh, I'd love to have Cam Wake on the team, but I just don't think I have anything that the Dolphins would want. Now, unfortunately, we still don't have access to have a simple player card in the trade menu, which is really frustrating. But anyways, we're not here to look at trades. We're here to look at scouting. So 175 points here for scouting. Our last week of scouting. Okay, so here we can see here, I've scouted most of these guys. Wow, Broussard is really falling. First round talent, third round talent level. All right, so with, you'll notice there, my halfback ranking has increased quite a bit, so I'm at a B now. I have 4 active backs. I definitely do not need any running backs. So looking at my watch list, do I have any on there? Okay, no, I don't. Right, so I definitely want to keep looking here at right guard and right tackle. So let's look here at Russell Howard. Okay, another bust. Another bust. Again, you can see pretty much right away, based on that first or second section and the combine report, are these players going to be useful? We could have something here. Tavares Brown. Yeah, there we go. So again, when you see that first and second one, if they're still in the B- range, there is potential. So this would be talent that fits the projection. I personally wouldn't want to draft him as a starter. This would be nothing more than a backup role because there's no run block there. But having pass block and impact block for an offensive lineman is pretty important. Well, this is going to be major bust. Yeah, so you can see how it works. Matt Hobbs, let's see. B-. Again, toughness is very frequently up there. He does have a good vertical jump and broad jump. There could be some potential there. But running C+, run block C+. You know what? I don't see any value in continuing there. So let's look here at right tackles. Let's go for OJ Gray. He's got a high combine result here. So I unlocked the run block already at B. Let's see what else he has. B impact block. Okay, so I think there's some potential here. B- toughness. Okay, so basically it validates it again, mid-5th rounder. You're not going to be finding any MVPs or stars here or anything like that at this point, but it does give you a sense as to the type of talent that you're looking at. All right. So again, you can see here toughness. You know what, let's look here at Noah Hill. He's got a 5 for the combine. Toughness again. So toughness, yeah. So see the problem with this. I'm not looking for your #1 stat, toughness. I'm looking for run block or impact block. Okay, well, this is an interesting one. This is a player that I might look at, take a chance on maybe, even though I only have B+ for his tackle, but his first stat, B+ and tackle. Oh man, I wish I had some more points left. He's 4-3, he's a run stopper. I run an attacking 4-3, completely fits my scheme. I just don't have any more points for him. But he's the type of player where you consider it, so I'm going to put him on the watch list for now. And I'll keep him in mind. All right, so jumping ahead here. Yeah, some of these load times for this game, they rival MLB The Show 14. Especially the game startup, it just takes forever.
Welcome to Draft Week. All the effort you spend scouting comes down to this. Start the draft